Esther was in a foreign country. It wasn't her home. They had been exiled. Do you guys know what an exile is?
An exile is maybe a person who has gone to the country which is not her home.
Yes. She was in exile, and she wasn't there because she wanted to. She just hadn't gone or traveled. She was there because something had happened in her country and they couldn't live there, and they had to go to another country for safety. She had a cousin called Mordecai.
Yeah.
And Mordecai was taking care of her. The king at some point had issues with his wife, who was called Vashti. She was called Vashti. And Vashti made this mistake, and the king was really upset, and he banished her, and he said he wanted a new queen. Now, Mordecai advised Esther to go for it. And I'm sure Esther thought, me, like, you think I can become queen? Like, if somebody told you tomorrow, Chemu, you can become queen, what would you think?
That I'm too scared to be a queen. I'm not courageous enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johari, if somebody told you to become a queen right now?
I would have told him that he was joking.
Daudi. Kalimo tukatoke nje uambiwe tu basi.
Ndio hii.
Ndio hii.
Mzee ni courage juu hata ukijaribu kuangalia ni nini lilifanya Vashti hadi atolewe kwa queen.
Yeah.
Ni respect ama ilikuwa ni
alikosea king respect.
Juu amemuita amekataa kuja muonyesha madharau kwa wageni.
Yeah.
Sasa king akaona manzi hapa sitawezana. Ikiwa ni heshimu hivi sasa watu na rule watanichukulia aje.
Yeah.
Sasa ikabidi ametafuta mtu mril tu.
Mresh.
Yani tu venye Esther alikuwa, unaangalia hadi venye Bible inasema. Alikuwa mtu principled yani.
Yeah.
Jili hadi venye hao warembo walikuwa ngapo walichukuliwa. Wenye walikuwa ati wanafanywa makeup nini, ati ndio king atachagua. Lakini sasa kufika Esther mwenyewe yeye hakudai makeup, alikuwa natural.
Wewe?
Yani kitu tu fresh yani tu hadi king mwenyewe kuona akatambua hii ni different na wengine, unaona.
Yeah.
Sasa hapo ndo akapata tu manze kitu imeweza.
And so Esther became queen.
Yeah.
And as she went on to become queen, the story goes and tells of how there was somebody who didn't like her, who didn't like the Israelites, and who wanted to get rid of the Israelites. Do you guys remember his name? Haman. And he wanted to get rid of them. And so he came up with this plan. It was a very sure plan, and he knew that he'd get rid of all the Israelites. And Esther has a chance to go before the king. Now, here's the thing back in the day. You just couldn't walk at unakuja tu mbele ya king. You had to ask for permission. If the king did not call you, if you came into the room, he had a special ring. And if he'd lifted his ring towards you, you could come in. If he did not lift his ring,
bakia kule,
you would die. And so Esther is told by Mordecai, go and talk to the king and tell him what's wrong. And Esther thinks of going, and she says, nitaenda, and Mordecai tells her, maybe God has put you there right now so that you can help us at this time. Johari, if you're told to go before the king, Naspo inua ring, you're dead. If he lifts his ring, you're alive. Would you go?
No.
Why?
Not courageous enough.
Chemu, would you go?
No.
It's scary?
Yeah.
It's actually very scary. Daudi, ungejichocha uende?
Hapo kwanza unaachia God kwanza. Ndo decide the way.
And so the Israelites prayed and fasted for several days, and they were believing and trusting God and telling God, please, when Esther goes, the king, akingia tu kwa king, please don't let anything happen to her. And so Esther gathered her courage and she walked in. And Esther walks in and tells the king, she wants a big bash, and what happened. And she went and she told the king what was wrong. And the king had her, and Haman was in trouble. And later on, it's Haman himself who got killed with the same plan that he had been planning for Esther. If there's something that stands out to you in the life of Esther, and ni kitu moja tu yenye unaweza kumbuka when you think about the story of Esther, what is it? What's the one thing, Daudi?
Kwa principled. Yani juu principled ina lead to character. Na sasa unajua ndo mtu akuangalie vizuri lazima ameangalia principle yako na karakta yako.
Yeah.
Atajua ni mtu aina gani. Sadi ukiangalia kwa Esther, King aliangalia huyu, alimwangalia, akaangalia character, akajua huyu hadi anaweza kuwa queen.
Yeah.
Na hiyo ndio ili stand out kwake.
Even to the end.
Yeah.
She had a lot of courage. She was really brave. I don't even know if I'd have been able to go. Now, here's the thing for Johari and Chemu and you guys at home. As you're growing, there comes a time when there's what we call peer pressure. Have you guys ever heard of peer pressure? Like when your friends pressure you to do something, when your friends do something and you also want to do because everybody's doing, you know. Example ya peer pressure, can anybody think?
Mabeste kukuchocha.
Yeah.
Unapata unataka kufurahisha rende yako. Hakuna venye tu yani hadi ukiwafurahisha wewe mwenyewe ikifika ni kufuatilia wewe mwenyewe ndo unaumia.
Yeah.
Unaona? So ni fiti tu at times kujua ni rende gani unacheza nayo.
Yeah. And you know, like for peer pressure, you get some people you want phones, not because you need a phone, but because everybody has a phone. You want clothes, not because you don't have clothes, but because everybody has this type of clothes. And sometimes it's innocent things like that. But sometimes they'll pressure you to do the wrong thing. You'll have the phone, and then they will pressure you to go to the wrong website, to check out the wrong things. You know, they'll pressure you to go to school and not do your homework or do your homework wrongly because everybody's doing wrongly. And sometimes friends can mislead. Do you remember when we had that lesson about our friends misleading us? And it takes courage, like for Esther to say, I won't do it. I know everybody's doing it. I'm not going to do it. Yeah? And to be courageous and to just stand. So, as we wind up, we just want to do a very quick review of today's lesson. I will begin. Once upon a time in the Bible, there was a young girl called Esther. Esther was an orphan and she was being taken care of by her cousin, Mordecai.
Hapo King alikuwa ana queen alikuwa anaitwa Vashti, lakini Vashti alimdisobey. So King akatafuta another queen na akaangukia Esther.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when the Israelites had a problem, they went to Esther for help. Esther prayed and fasted, and then she approached the king. She was very scared, and the king listened to her and helped her.
And the Israelites were saved because God hears us when we pray. And when she fasted and she prayed, God heard them. Today's memory verse, it comes from Romans chapter 8, verse 28. All things work together for good for those that love God and are called according to his purpose. All things work together for good for those who love God
For those who love God
and are called according to his purpose.
and are called according to their purpose.
So as we finish today's lesson, we want to give a shout out to some of our friends that have been watching. Just want to shout out to Ruby. Hi, Ruby.
Kunao jeshi wawili, Kena na Ropu.
Hi, Abby. Hi, Steph.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same place, different clothes. See you.